is Warren Norris with Titan Consulting, and today we're going to be talking to Joseph a little bit about the digital transformation practice here at Titan. Joseph, can you start by telling us a little bit about your background and how you found your way into the world of digital transformation?
Out of college, I actually started working in the staffing and services industry for a DFW-based firm, and then made my way over to Titan, working with you guys on a couple resources. I think during my time there, we had a couple suite of products that we offered were SAP plugins through the traditional full stack enablement, and we had some success with a couple clients delivering some products. The success of that was really exciting. It was something I got pretty interested in and very interested in learning why do companies do these things? During my time away from Titan after that, I actually landed in a really good opportunity doing product management with a company doing services, supply chain services, but where they wanted to enable digital tools. So I actually got to learn from about 50 different companies. A lot of them were enterprise, a lot of them were running SAP, about how they want to use technology in the warehouse, supply chain processes, transportation services, and some other things as well. In my mind, I really couldn't have landed in a better spot for an education when it comes to that. Every one of them was different, so I got to learn, why companies do certain things, and it was a really good kind of learning experience for why companies prioritize projects, how they manage them, and why companies buy and find value in software in digital transformation.
Based on that background, then Titan chose to bring you in about a year ago as a digital transformation practice manager, heading up the Mendex practice. So what does a typical day look like for you now?
Yeah, so on a typical day, we usually do have a team call once or twice a week, depending upon travel schedules and some other things. One of the things I really like to get a grasp of is what's currently close. It needs work getting across the finish line from a business case, helping our prospects make a decision. So I try and touch base with every one of the sales guys at least once throughout the day to see if there's anything coming up. And then I'm usually spending 1 to 3 hours a day researching, preparing for prospect and client sessions, and then 1 to 2 hours a day in those meetings. So whether that's something that's currently in the sales process or something that's currently we're in the delivery phase for, we are fortunate enough right now to have quite a few projects going on. So I try and touch base with the leads a couple times throughout the week. We've got some requirements that need finalization with one of our customers right now. So we're going to try and help them with that today. So a couple hours of meetings with them. A lot of the rest of the time, I'm working to help the sales team prepare for travel, trade shows, and then working a lot with you and Kent on, what 3 to 6 months looks like from now. So live kind of in the week to week, and then trying to keep a forward-looking view of where we want the practice to be 6 months from now.
Every firm out there likes to talk about digital transformation. It's a big term and it's kind of a buzzword. What does it actually mean to you and to the clients at Titan?
That's a big one, right? Digital transformation means a lot to a lot of different customers, and I think the short answer there is that's it. It means whatever our customers want it to mean. For some of our clients on their technology journey, that may mean they're looking at OCR applications to help and reduce, manual efforts. For others, it's, they want to mobilize and take transactions that are built around a workstation or built at a desktop that some of these people have to do. For other ones, it's these bigger ideas to where they're actually going out and looking at changing the way that they actually deliver software and value to the business, or they're looking at a platform like Mendex or looking at leveraging AI to really make a fundamental shift in how they service customers and run their business. I think we're pretty fortunate right now to have customers all along that journey. Sometimes it's just getting started with digital transformation. I like to say it's not just putting something on an iPad. We've run projects as well to where, if somebody goes mobile, there's also some underlying work that we help with to do some automation in their current ERP or SAP to make sure that, they're leveraging their technology stack to the best of its capabilities. So we see a wide range of digital transformation projects. Some of them are big out of the gate. Some of them are really small and focused.
What do you think the biggest challenges clients are facing right now as they kind of start this digital transformation journey?
Yeah, in my opinion, it's getting started, and that's probably a pretty generic answer. But I think with digital transformation and a lot of the things that we hear from our clients is, our business wants to do X, Y, and Z, or we want to better serve our customers in a way. The big thing with digital transformation is everybody kind of wants to do it right now. Everybody wants that mobile app experience or the automation that comes with digital transformation. If you don't do that as an organization and kind of everybody be on board with where you want to be, that's kind of a big ask. And you can have a lot of people spending money in different areas, which is just kind of get you right back to where you started, in my opinion. I have a question that I always like to start with when we're doing discovery and somebody's got some big ideas. And, if you're in a room with educated people, maybe some people from the business, some people from IT, and they may have different inputs on how they want to accomplish these goals. I always like to start with, what's this going to look like a year from now if you deliver this project? So really defining that North Star. What you'll find is most of those people are in total agreement about what their business is going to look like a year from now. If it's successful implementation, once it's done successfully, what will your business look like? How will it be easier for your customers to do business with you? If you put it in that kind of context, now you can take sort of the technology dependencies out, and you can really focus on, well, if we know where we want to go, let's start figuring out where we are now and how we can address those issues. So digital transformation can seem big for a lot of companies. I actually don't think it is. It's actually, these aren't the largest issues that are facing clients. They're not fundamentally shifting or changing the way their client base. These are really just a series of really small problems that need to be addressed. So if you can keep it small, that'll make that getting started process a lot easier.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just try to pick off little things as you go and then see the progress. So Mendex is a big part of Titan's strategy on the digital transformation team. In your opinion, what sets Mendex apart from other approaches or platforms that enable digital transformation?
So I've had an aha moment here over the past few months where Mendex, I start calling it door number 3. So if you think of the traditional buy versus build model, to where companies are making the decision about, well, do I go full force into my team and building exactly what we want and maybe bringing on some staff to support those full stack efforts? Maybe that's the way I go about it, or maybe I go buy and I work with integrating a third-party system. Mendex actually represents a disruption to that buy versus build model. Mendex is a pretty agnostic platform. We use it a lot in the SAP space and ERP space, but the way it integrates with other CRM platforms, HR systems, and some other ones, and just the standard utilization of it, I think it represents a really big disruption to how companies have to evaluate a technology stack. So it offers a marketplace that's agnostic to tech stacks and can deliver value to customers really, really quickly. Mendex represents kind of that shift from what works for us as a business right now based off of our current investments to, how do we help our business win every day? And I think that's a big question that comes, referencing back to the last question about digital transformation, right? That's what that really gets to the heart of. How do we help our business win? How do we help enable our customers? So with Mendex, the ability to reduce I wouldn't call it non-value add work, but everything that you have to do to start a project, from standing something up, building APIs, all those sorts of things. Mendex has kind of that pre-canned solution, and you can kind of come forward and say, well, once I do this one time, I can reuse certain transactions or data sets over and over and over again. That's something that a lot of companies are kind of buying into, to say, well, now I'm really focused on what are my business priorities. And then you're not locked into a third-party platforms, a third-party SaaS partners roadmap for the next 5 years with a big contract. I've been through it myself, where companies say, we've made some requests to some vendors and they say, well, yeah, we've actually got that slotted for Q3, 2 years from now. You don't have to worry about that anymore. You can build it when you want to build it in a way that best works for your business and not really have to give anything up to meet a third-party tool's requirements. So it's kind of that, like I mentioned, the door number 3, and represents a pretty big shift with how companies need to evaluate technology.
So you talked about speed of development there. Do y'all have any metrics on what you're seeing, that speed of development versus like a full stack development project?
If you look at our current clients that are running multiple projects, a lot of them are iterating or building new platforms that you reutilize the same data sets, utilizing those pretty standard APIs and then the standard connectors that come with Mendex. You're actually able to see a reduction in the actual integration cost and in integration timeline. Personally, I've been part of projects that can take 12 weeks to stand up an integration from one system to another, and data mapping and everything else. With Mendex, that can be reduced down to a couple weeks. And then as well, The great thing about it is our ability to actually start delivering front ends and workable systems to customers pretty quickly makes a big impact. Businesses are able to buy in. So if you talk about the ability to stand up a UAT environment inside of a month where our customer users are able to click around, demo, and validate use cases, and then our ability to make changes really quickly to where that traditionally probably took 3 to 6 months or was really dependent upon all the integration. Mendix can actually bring that down to inside of a month. Depending on the size and scope of the project, there's always, some metrics about how much we can reduce time, but when it comes to speed, I think you can expect anywhere from 3 to 7 times faster delivery on workable products once Mendix is implemented.
So how do you see these low-code platforms like Mendix shaping the next wave of enterprise technology and how companies are looking at their roadmap?
Yeah, well, I think you hit the nail on the head there that it's going to give companies control of their roadmap. It's going to allow you to build the actual tool that's needed. You don't have to go buy 60% of a product and pay 100% of the price to get the services that you need. That's something that I think everybody can kind of evaluate and feels that pressure when they go into maybe see a demo from a third-party platform and they say, well, let me show you about all these other things that you can do with our tool. And you realize, this thing might be a little bit of overkill for what we're trying to accomplish right now. We don't do business the way that your platform is set up because you're thinking about 50 different customers. I think low-code is going to represent a pretty big shift in the way these SaaS companies think about their roadmap as well. I think we've all dealt with software vendors. They kind of lock you into a vision for their product and they base it off of a business pipeline. When companies make the decision about which vendor that they're going to select, you're kind of locked into, you're basing it off of a criteria that you have at that moment. And it's all based off of, hey, what is it must have? What would it be great if it had? And what would be a nice to have? If you think about that, you can completely shift that on its head and say, all right, let me go accomplish all the things I need to do right now. Start a .2 version of this and then come back out and reevaluate how my business changes 2.5 years from now, and I can go make those shifts along the way. So I think with low code and a tech agnostic approach, the technology evaluation process is going to change quite a bit as well.
What role do you think AI is going to have in accelerating this low code and digital transformation initiatives?
Personally, I actually think that AI should be additive to all development and transformation initiatives. Utilizing AI is just a baseline to say, well, I've got to get this hooked up. There's a big evaluation process that goes in that. How do you manage what you're feeding into LLMs and what these agents are talking to? I don't have a much better way to put this. So sometimes I'll say, if you build a virtual idiot and hook it up to your business, what's the outcome that comes with that? Basing those agents and processes off of sound data and documentation, I think represents a real bottom-up approach for AI as well. So again, starting small with that. Mendix is a really cool platform that we've seen, and our developers are adopting that AI-assisted development process to where, doing small, simple tasks and getting requirements and asking for domain models and those sorts of things so that you can do mappings. Those are really ways that you can assist and reduce a lot of text entry, a lot of repetitive action. And I think that's great because it really just augments the talented people you already have inside of your business. I think we've all seen the top-down approach to AI isn't really taking hold right now, but the bottom-up approach is being very successful to where employees are really enabled to use AI where they see fit. And if you base that off of great data, standardized data, you can have a lot of success with the approach that we want to help reduce non-value add activities to the people that touch our customers. That's a really successful way that you can bring AI into your business.
If you could give one piece of advice to organizations that are just starting their transformation journey, what would it be?
Probably about 80 to 90% of the opportunities that we've had to discuss digital transformation with companies over the past year, most of them are trying to better serve their customers. And I think that that's a great way to start. So if you let your customers and the people that interact with them tell you what they need, you're going to get a lot of value out of your actual digital transformation initiatives. I personally have never met anyone that told me that they regretted investing in their customer experience and that putting horsepower behind their customer service or self-service activities for their customers so that they can be quicker. Those will usually make it easier to do business with you. And I think that's a great place to start.
And that can actually, from the customers, also be behind the scenes, whether it's a dashboard that allows your customer service reps to provide more timely information and stuff like that to the customers too. That's a good approach. In 3 words, which is tough, but how would you describe Titan's digital transformation philosophy?
If it boiled down to 3 words, I would say make business easier. We're always striving to make it easier for our clients to do business with their customers. So whether that's through data collection, when there's the requirement for that, whether that's self-service portals, whether that's mobilization, at the heart of it, it's always, I need to make it easier for my customers to get from me what they need. I think that that's the approach that we take, that if we keep them in mind throughout this entire process, everybody's going to come out of this a lot happier.
Is there one aha moment that you've had working with clients on the Mendex practice?
So I've had a couple, as the way that the market has kind of changed and AI has grown over the past year. If I were to take kind of all the different views of what I learned about technology and kind of set those aside, I think the big aha would be every time I'm in a room with someone, whether it's for a demo or discovery session or a project kickoff or anything else, the amount of people smarter than me that are in these rooms is extremely overwhelming. And I'm amazed at the capability of our customers to solve problems. We hear that quite a bit, that, hey, if we don't get this done now, the business is going to go off and find a way to get this done. And it's going to be hard, but they'll muscle through it, but they'll figure it out. Some of the things that the IT divisions and our customers actually do, they blow me away. So I've yet to sit in a room with our clients and not be amazed about what they've been able to accomplish from a scale and process perspective. That happens every single time I walk through a plant. That happens every single time I walk through a warehouse facility. Sales groups, everyone in between, they have accomplished a great deal. We're fortunate to deal with a lot of big companies that have grown their customer base and processes. Yeah, I think that would be the aha moment, is that there are still a lot of people doing big, great, amazing things for their clients. And it's always really exciting to see.
Well, I appreciate the time today, Joseph. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Thank you for sitting down, and hopefully somebody gets some value out of hearing anything that I had to say.
Thank you.
All right.